Hi there, my name's Pete McT. This is my first time making a video like this, so excuse any pauses I have. But I noticed there aren't any movement guides really on YouTube for Flash Party, so I thought I would take a crack at it. I've been playing Flash Party for a while now. I think I just hit around 800 hours, so I know a little bit, but I know there's other players that know more. And if I miss anything in this guide, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll try to add it to the video later. Okay, let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about, being accurate with the direction you're facing. So one thing interesting in Flash Party is diagonal up to the left and diagonal up to the right are read as walk inputs. If you tap these directions, you get quick turnarounds. It's not useful in all scenarios. If you're trying to do like a tilt, you can just mash the left joystick the direction you want to do it, and it'll come out easy. I find this a lot more useful for jabs and grabs. So for instance, you can just tap those directions. You can do easy retreating jabs, or if you're coming down from the air, you can kind of just like hold one of those directions and then release it when you hit the ground and jab, and that'll come out the direction you want it. Same with grabs. Grabs are a little bit, actually grabs are as easy as tilts, but for jabs, that's pretty useful. Another direction-based tech that I found is when you're shielding, if you hold the opposite direction and jump, you'll get an instant turnaround jump. For me, this is really useful because I'm a Derek, and my fair goes like at a downwards angle, and my bear goes at an upwards angle. So it's just really useful for choosing the direction you're facing, kind of a quick manner. You can do it really quick. You can jump out of shield, so there's not really much downtime except for like when the shield's coming up. So that is a useful little tidbit. Alright, so let's talk about wave dashing. So wave dashing is really useful for a lot of characters. Derek particularly has a very long slide animation after a wave dash. You can see I can get almost like quarter screen if I do it right. This is just really useful for positioning yourself. The attributes of this wave dash are a little bit unique, so you can't shield right away, so it's not a very good defensive option besides just like evading your opponent's movement or baiting them. But you can do pretty much any other action out of a wave slide. So jab, you can cancel it at any point during that slide into the jab, up tilt, down tilt, grab. So it's got a lot of utility. For Derek, I like using wave dash into a neutral short hop because you preserve some of the momentum from the wave dash. So it's really good for retreating fairs. I've also been noticing, I mean, it gives you a little bit of like a speed boost. I'm not sure if it's just like when I hit somebody with like that and then wave dash to them, I just find I can get to them a little bit faster. So it's a good source of like kind of like burst movement into a jump. The other thing with wave dashes is, so back to kind of like ending up the direction you want to be after the wave dash. So as soon as you land, you can input like a run, and that can, if you're doing a lot of wave dashes, sometimes you can get like facing the wrong direction. So one thing I found, it's kind of like the diagonal up trick. Using diagonal down is a lot more useful for wave dashes. Diagonal up actually does make the diagonal for some reason into a full run. You can't use that tech there, but using down makes it a lot easier. So you can kind of aim your attack after a lot easier. Sometimes you'll still get, like with grabs specifically, like a lot of like sliding movement. You kind of have to like change the direction of your final air dodge or wave dash to be like a little bit more of a downward angle. If you're going like at a hard angle, a lot of times you'll still get that dash grab. For me, particularly with like using grenades, being a little precise with where the grab comes out is important. There are some, I guess just while I'm on the topic, there are some differences, I believe, in dash grab as compared to dash, stop, and then grab. Specifically for Derek, my grab box for a grounded nade, a dash grab can't grab that. But a neutral grab can grab that just fine. So there's definitely hitbox differences. I believe there's probably frame data differences as well. But I'm not too sure about that. Okay, back to wave dashes for a little bit though. So another really nice thing you can do with wave dashes is you let off the stick. So after I do this wave dash, you can see I'm just letting go of my left stick. You can slide off of any platform. So this makes it really useful for doing ledge guards. You can just see you can get down for a spike a lot faster than you could if you were jumping. Doing short hop, I mean, it takes a lot more time. You can also like cancel certain recoveries with wave dash. From the ledge, you can do like a hold backwards into jump and then air dodge forward, and you get like a really nice slide onto the platform, which you can like grab. You can do whatever you want. That's a pretty good mix up. For platforms though, you can really get spicy movement if you get that wave dash down. Okay, and so kind of along with that, so the wave dash on the ground, you're always at the right height because you're air dodging so close to the ground that you're able to act out of this whenever you want to. When you're coming from the air, if you air dodge too early, you can see how I'm like stuck there for a while. Like my jab isn't coming out. So you really have to time your air dodge at the ground pretty close to the ground or you get stuck. I find these wave dashes from the air really useful. If you're going for like a bait, like jumping in and doing this, you can just imagine. I mean, that person's gonna be like grabbing or like trying to mash something to beat you coming in on them. So it's just really useful doing that low to the ground wave dash out of a jump. You can do it with short hops where it's like, I mean, input suck right now, but you get that movement down. I mean, it's so good for baiting. Okay, I think I'm pretty much finished with wave dashes here. I guess this kind of ties into wave dashing. So your jump, if you do a short hop and then a second jump at the top of your jump, this is probably a little self-explanatory, but this is higher than if you jump and then jump again, like right away. You actually cancel the first part of your jump with your second jump, so it's actually a little bit shorter. That mechanic was in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so anyways, when you're getting a little bit better at wave dashing on platforms, it can just get you the height you want a little bit faster. So let's talk about pivot grabs. So I feel like the input for pivot grabs is a little bit more difficult in this game than like Ultimate for me. You kind of have to get like that initial dash and then do so this is another application of the diagonal direction. I just find this tech a lot easier when you're using the diagonals as opposed to hitting the other direction. There's just a lot more room for you accidentally dashing back in with the grab. So the diagonal up and diagonal left really help with this pivot grab. And then also just doing like short range grabs. So if you dash forward, let off the joystick, and then grab, there's kind of a timing to it, but you can get pretty precise grab movement. And again, I'm using the diagonal directions. It just makes it a lot easier. So along with kind of like those sliding pivot grabs, you can also do that with some characters' tilts. Some characters' tilts can't slide, like Derek's down tilt, doesn't matter what I'm doing here, he's gonna stop. But with his up tilt, doing those diagonal directions after running for a second, you can get these really nice slide attacks. For Derek, they kind of can like set up into bomb setups that you can't usually do very well without that. So maybe it's a little bit Derek specific that I like this tech, but I think that's a pretty useful one. Doing the forward version of the slides are easy, you just hold forward. You can also get kind of like shortened versions if you do kind of like I was saying with the grabs, where you're just doing like a quick dash and then like hold the other direction in the movement. Hope that makes sense. So next on from that, duck running. So some characters benefit this more than others, but when you duck, sliding momentum you get from like the initial acceleration from your dash is actually faster than just running normal. That's pretty common knowledge, I believe, from most higher level players, but for some people that might be helpful. Also, a retreating pivot jump. I don't use this too much, but look at the distance you get on this. I should probably use it more. I'm just so, like, wave dashing is so easy. I have a hard time doing that, but like you can really boost yourself. It's kind of the same idea as the duck run. Your initial jump combined with the dash, you can really get some momentum. Alright, so this is starting to drag on a little bit here. The last thing I'll say, ledge teetering. So you can actually tech your ledge teeter. It's not a perfect solution. Oh jeez, come on. Just do it once for me, baby. Oh, there's the animation if you don't do it. Which you can, it kind of leaves you vulnerable to like getting spiked or something like that. So let's just see if I can get it here. Come on. Oh my god. Just hit me. See, even if you act perfectly, they can still punish you, but if the opponent isn't quite ready for it, you can actually hold in and you can tech this ledge cheater. God damn it. Well, okay, I'm not even going to show that one, but it is possible, just so you know. Okay, well anyways, that does it for my movement guide video. Again, if you have any comments or any tech that I missed, I'd love to hear it. Okay, alright, take it easy guys.